Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dreadbread. Welcome to the Space Monkey Mafia, where pants are the enemy. Let's see here. Alright, that should be good. It should be great. If it's still too loud, please let me know. Somehow I messed up my sound setting when I was playing Slave Zero X. This is just a test play of this game. GOG Galaxy are good old games. Their thing doesn't like to work. It keeps telling me that Galaxy is not updated and won't update, and when I try to launch the game from the server, it won't. But apparently it's working now. I don't know. This is a visual novel with samurai mechs, demons, and onis. It's very dark. If that's not your cup of tea, and now is the time to turn away. Like I said, this is just a little bit of a test play. I don't know much about this. I'm going in blind. I do want to come back to the series at one point and have a full team to do this game. Configurations, is there? Okay. Again, if this game is too loud or too quiet, please let me know. Because when I was playing The Darkness, it was deafening in my headset, but when I went back to it, I could barely hear the game.
Today's performance will consist of 4 acts. We begin with the duel.
Oh.
The stage, an open field at the edge of a tiny village. A company of soldiers stands in formations, rifles and swords glittering in the sunset. The burnished crimson glow makes their silence all the more threatening. At the front stand the dragoons, armored warriors, tall, terrible in full battle dress. Each is worth more in combat than the entire company behind them. Their commander stands forth to address the village. His voice is clear, powerful, his words heavy with undisguised arrogance.
この村が倉掛の反乱に組みした奸賊をかくまっているのは分かっている。おとなしく身柄を差し出せばよし。
I don't know if I want to read over this or not. Just because that guy is a professional voice actor and Dreadbread is not.
力ずは村ごと踏み潰すまで。
Oh, they're gonna... No!
His words are directed at the throng of villagers that have formed a wall before their home. Not one fails to understand the threat, nor doubts its sincerity. Nevertheless, few succumb to fear. They are ruled first and foremost by anger. Jackals. Ghouls. They have not the courage to shout these epithets at their targets. They must content themselves instead with hushed whispers, sharing their hate with those behind them. Rokuhara. They speak the name like a curse. Rokuhara. The leader of these men repeats his demand. The villagers do not respond. Anger and hate sizzles among them. The Rokuhara officer delivers a final ultimatum.
Oh, shit! I really like the art. He's so pretty. Whoa! Quick save, quick load, skip. Ooh, anything else pop up? Nope.
The Rokuhara officer delivers a final ultimatum. The soldiers train their rifles upon the villagers. Now the villagers cease their muttering, yet no one comes forward to comply. Silence, malice, met with silent defiance. The confrontation is at an impasse, with all parties tense for the Rokuhara's officer's command. Before he can give the order to fire, however, something changes. The voices pick up again, louder than before, as the wall of villagers parts to reveal a new figure standing to the fore.
I don't know if this is a guy or a lady or an old person, but forgive me if I'm wrong. Like I said, this is my first go. You mustn't. Go back. They'll kill you.
The villagers call forth for the man to stop, and they answer. He says only,
世話になった。
No, he's an old warrior. Thank you for your kindness. Ah, footsteps.
The warrior strides towards the army. He too is clad in armor, the same that is worn by the Rokuhara warriors, save in one respect. Their armor is good as new, shining fresh from the polisher's stone. His, however, is beaten, worn, the damage enough to hinder its performance. It is a difference emblematic of his status and the remnant of a defeated rebellion.
I can speak.
The rebel warrior takes another step, but stops when a tiny hand seizes his steel fingers. He looks down to see a girl, perhaps 9 or 10 years old. She grips his hand with all her strength, refusing to let go. Without a word, he reaches out with his other hand and pats the girl's head, then gently frees himself from her grasp. Her eyes filled with tears, but the warrior does not look back, leaving her behind. He advances on the Rokuhara formation. Several dragoons draw their swords up upon seeing this, eager to claim the prize for themselves, but a gesture from the commander halts them. He alone strides forward to meet the fugitive warrior.
They're in mechs? I thought the mechs were like big. I didn't realize they were human size.
The two men square off at the center of the field.
That guy's all shiny and new. That guy still looks shiny and new, but kind of maybe roughed up.
何のつもりだ、鷺沼。
What are you doing here, Sagimura? Oh, there's no R.
昔の上官に敬意を示しただけですよ。家計少佐。元少佐。
I'm actually not gonna talk over this because this is just a test play, and I don't feel like I'm doing these voices justice at the moment.
村を見逃すとの現に偽りはなかろうな。
あなたの身柄を差し出すなら村の罪は問わない。言った通りです。
ならばよい。で、貴様、よもや本気で俺とし合う気か。後ろの味方を頼んだ方が良いのではないか。
Ooh.
なぜそんな必要があります？あなたは一騎打ちで敗北を知らないことが自慢でしたな。あいにくそのような名誉を抱えたまま地獄へ行かせてはやれません。
Wow, as I recall, you've never been defeated in single combat. I'm afraid I can't allow you to take that frame with you to hell.
ここへ置いて行っていただく。
Your legend dies with...
六原に背いた者の最後には一片の名誉とてふさわしくない。
My bad.
Your legend dies with you. There can be no honor for one who's betrayed the Rokuhara.
おお。
Oh.
見れば双葉係もかなわぬほど翼が傷んでおる様子。地上にて太刀打ちつかまつろ。
Your wings are clearly too damaged to fly. Out of respect, I will face you on the ground.
見上げた体現相互だ、鷺沼。あの青にさえが吹くようになったものよ。
His name is Saginuma. You learned to talk like a warrior, Saginuma. To think that a whelp like you would grow so bold.
ありがたく地層に預かろうか。メイドの土産にその印いただいておく。
I gladly accept your challenge. Your head will mount my mast as I sail to the underworld.
もらうのはこちらだ、家計。そのしわ首を魚にうまい酒を飲める今宵が 今から楽しみでならぬ。
Man, these guys talk. When they talk shit, they talk shit.
It's your head that will fall today,
Kakeya? I don't know how to say the old man's name. I'm sorry. I'm not Japanese.
I look forward to drinking out of your wrinkled skull tonight.
Gonna let this all play out, and then I will read over it. Because I don't want to read over it and then, it slow down. So let me get a drink of water, because this is going to be a lot of talking for me, and my throat's always doing this weird little thing right now with the voices. Again, I am not a professional voice actor, and this is just a test play. I really do want to come back with a bigger group of people.
Each having spoken their piece, the Rokuhara officer and the fugitive swordsman, two men with no small history between them, draw their swords and face off for the last time.
So I believe they are dismounting their mechs and fighting hand to hand. I believe that's what's going on.
The soldiers and villagers alike hold their breath.
Oh no. I thought... his wings... Alright, maybe that was a metaphor that I didn't understand.
Sagagumi assumes the Sigana position, the point of his sword held at eye level, ready to claim his enemy's life with a single lightning thrust.
Ooh.
Kake assumes the ratio position, sword held over his right shoulder, ready to cleave his foe in two with a single mighty stroke. And there the warriors remain motionless. Time rolls on, passing by them. Sweat drips from the villagers' clenched fists. Even most of the Rokuhara soldiers can only look on in amazement. A few among them, however, grasp the meaning of the stillness. They tremble in anticipation of the exchange to come. The intent of both combatants is clear.
Saganumi. I think that's how you say it. I know they said it earlier. I have a memory of a goldfish. I'm sorry.
Saganumi will thrust, aiming for the throat. Any slash from his current stance would require him to pull back his sword, which would give the initiative to his enemy. The thrust is his only option. As strong as the dragoon armor is, there are weak points that can be exploited. These are the joints whereby the warrior is able to move, and the most vulnerable of these is the throat. Hence, this will be his target. Kakai will slash downward, aiming for the neck. This is another weak point in the armor. By tilting his sword slightly as he strikes, he can slide his blade through the gap where the helmet meets the shoulder and cut diagonally to the chest cavity. As with his opponent, he too will have to reposition his weapon before choosing another attack. Each has already chosen his strike, yet neither moves. Why? Because the battle has already been decided. Oh, I was wrong. Because each warrior has prepared a counter and knows that his opponent has done the same. If Saganumi thrusts first,
Kakai will turn his body to avoid the attack, then strike to claim victory before Sagam... Whoa! Well, hello! Well, hello, and thank you for the follow. My stream is a little bit behind, but thank you very much. If Sagami Nui, I'm gonna butcher their names, forgive me, thrusts first, Kakai will turn his body to avoid the strike, then strike to claim victory before Saganumi can recover. If Kakai slashes first, Saganumi will take one step back to escape, then rebound with his thrust to slay his enemy. How are you doing tonight? I hope you're enjoying the stream. Each has a defense to go to with his attack, the former no less deadly than the later. Knowing that death awaits should they strike, the combatants have entered a stalemate. In such situations, the duel becomes a contest of endurance, physical and mental. For this stalemate to continue, both Saganumi and Kakake must hold their stance perfectly steady, while at the same time maintaining the intense focus they need to react to their enemy. This effort exacts a tremendous toll, like walking on a tightrope across a chasm. Sooner or later, one will falter. The other, if he still has the strength, will seize that chance and strike. Saganumi, the Roku... Excuse me. This is killing my throat. The Rokuhara commander, Kakai, the rebel warrior. Who will falter first remains to be seen. Oh, are you okay, old man? Oh, no. Age has begun to tell the tale. Sagagumi, in his physical prime, Kake, however, is several years his senior, old enough to feel the age creeping in upon him. The difference is not great, but it is meaningful. If this continues, Kake will eventually succumb to exhaustion and become fodder for Sagagumi's blade. Should he wish to avoid that fate, he has no choice but to strike first and stake his remaining strength on the only hope of victory. It is a slim hope, however. Sagumi, who will eventually choose to face this veteran swordsman alone, shows no sign of overconfidence. His senses are trained on his former superior, ready to react to the slightest motion. But the older guy has experience. More experience than this dude. Thus Kakake's fate would appear to be sealed. Death, if he strikes first. Death, if he waits. To an observer, the two warriors might seem as statues. Beneath the surface, however, the scales of victory and defeat, glory and disgrace, are already tipping in one side's favor. Time flows on, carrying the silent battle to its end. Slowly but surely, the older warrior's breathing grows labored, and the trembling of his knees becomes even more pronounced. A number of soldiers smile to see the signs of the tilting balance. Fortunately, none of the villagers has noticed it yet. Still, a sense of doom seems to have reached them. "You can do it!" one of them cries. Perhaps that cheer is what he needed. Kakai strikes, launching his body forward with a sharp exhalation. Saganumi responds, missing a beat as calmly as he strolls along the beach. The battle is decided. No deity has intervened in Kakami's favor. He is committed to his attack, and now all that remains is the inevitable sequence of events to play out. Sagagumi will dodge Kakai's slash, and with his counter-thrust, end the old warrior's life. There is no other way that this can end. Unless, of course, one of the fundamentals is not what it seems to be. For example, what if Kakai only looks committed? Oh! He switched his pose. Rather than cleave the air before Sugumi's eyes, Kakai's sword suddenly shifts direction and repeats itself to his left side in preparation for a rising blow. Feign a downward slash to force Saganumi to retreat, then take him with the real slash through the armpit of the the groin. Oh, no, not the groin! While he defends Kakaki's plan is a simple one. However, if this had been his intent from the beginning, a seasoned swordman like Sugumi would have read it. It is a effective I can read. It is a effective precisely because it was spontaneous. Born in the flash of desperation hunger, Kakai needs to crush this enemy, though it will not change his ultimate fate. In a fraction of a second, the balance is shifted once again. Wow! And now Kakai loses his I can read! Loses his true attack, slashing upward to cleave his enemy in two. The decision stroke. No! Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do that, so. What a jerk.
すでに先のない身だ。相打ちでよかろうに。
You knew this. No, I'm not gonna actually.
無用の欲をかきよって。
I was going into old man's voice.
You set your sights too high, old man.
Oh. Poor old man. Oh. I got blood on my screen.
Blood spurts from the old warrior's mouth, seeping through the cracks in his armor. The villagers cry out in dismay. Kakai never completed his slash. Before his sword could reach his target, Saganumi's thrust had pierced his throat.
俺は相打ちでも良いと腹を据えていたぞ。
I was prepared to join you in hell, if needed be.
だから貴様が何をしようと構わなかった。
My plan...
貴様が動いたとき、喉笛を射抜いてやることだけ考えていた。
You should learn to wait.
My plan was to strike the moment you moved, regardless of how you attacked.
Nothing.
貴様は違ったな。メイドの土産に勝ちを欲しがって小細工を浪した。
But you wanted victory to take with you to death, so resorted to cheap trickery.
ために惨めな最後を迎えることになったわ。
Now, you end with nothing.
Come on, old guy. I know you got one strike left in you. Take him out.
死ぬがいい。
Die, Kakai.
六原に立てつく武人も貴様で最後よ。大将領足利森氏公のもと、大和の部の一党はなる。
Alright, I'm not gonna... that's Yamamoto. That's Shogun. I'm not gonna be able to say that. So... Shikaga Mori Yuji?
大義は成就するのだ。
ほざけ。
Oh, man.
まだ岡部団長殿がおられるのにもまだあまたの獅子がおる。
I'm not good at dying voices, so I'm just gonna let these play
貴
out.
様らに映画の時は訪れまいぞ。
That's actually really gotta hurt, because if he got stabbed through the neck... Oh.
岡部ごとき寿命を待つ老輩に過ぎん。姿勢に隠れ潜んで陰口を叩くだけの輩な数ですらない。かけ、貴様は奴らが来る時のためせいぜい地獄を清めておくがいい。
Save a place for them in hell, Kakai.
Oh! With that, Saganumi I keep messing up his name, and I do apologize. Saga Numi draws his wakizashi and strikes the head off his defenseless foe. Oh! No, man, that sounded right in my ear. Kakai's torso falls away, landing with a dull thud. The villagers have no words to express their horror. They can only stare at the corpse of the man for a short time had been their friend. Can't speak. On the other side of the field, however, excitement and awe are spreading through the ranks. One of these armored warriors steps forward, bowing deeply, taking the severed head from his triumphant commander. Magnificent, sir.
何たわいもない仕業よ。
It was nothing.
して、鷺沼殿。
Sir,
村はいかがいたそう。
what about the village?
宣告言った。家計を差し出せば村は咎めぬと。
I promise to spare them if they handed Kakai over. Sir,
あの村は家計を差し出したか？
that... What a poop head. Did they hand him over?
いや、差し出しはいたしますなんだな。
No, he came forward on his own will.
では仕方あるまい。
Then we have no choice, do we?
反逆の目は狩らねばならぬ。
The seeds of rebellion must be torn from this field.
御意。
Yes, sir. The dragoon signals the rear of the army. A soldier lifts his horn to his lips and blows. The rousing notes echo across the field, and the soldiers raise their voice in answer. I'm actually going to pause this real quick because I did get a follow, but I never got the notification on my end on it, so... Owned, thank you so much for following. Our Mystic... No. What? Mystic JRPG. Sorry, thank you so much for following. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to see that real quick. But thank you again for following. I really do appreciate it. I'm sorry that I missed your follow. I got the sound notification, but I never got the name. The name never popped up. Because usually that will pop up on my phone, and it did not do that. So I am so sorry that I missed that. But welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy your stay. I hope everybody who's watching is having a good time with this. I know I'm butchering a lot of names. I'm sorry, I'm not Japanese. These names do not roll off my tongue very easily. I do very much like Japanese books, art, and culture, and things like that. I'm a bit of a weeb. And I am enjoying this, and I hope you all are too. I thought that these mecha were supposed to be giant, big mechs, and not just guys in like power armor. But I was a bit surprised on how that went. This is going to get very dark, and if that's not your cup of tea, this may not actually be the stream for you. So I'm actually going to hop back in the game. And I'm going to actually get a drink of water real quick because I'm using deeper voices that I'm not used to. And it's making this weird tingling sensation in the back of my throat. That I'm just going to shut up now and take a drink of water. I thought for sure maybe it would have the battle would have drawn out in both the guys killing each other, the older guy having more experience, and the younger guy just being, being in his prime, that they would have yeeted each other. But that did not happen. The rising notes echo across the field, and the soldiers raise their voices in answer. Oh. As one, they ready their rifles and advanced. Here, at the last, villagers regain their senses and are overwhelmed by terror. They know what is about to happen. They know that their fate is to be. These exceptions are not betrayed. And so the plays enters its second act. The tragedy of this little village.
To the heavily armed soldier, this is not a battle so much as a hunt. An easy one at that. These are prey, far less agile than the beasts of the woods, and in terror have taken leave of their reason. As the villagers flee in panic disarray, soldiers take aim at their backs and fire. One man goes down with a bullet in his spine, vomiting blood and tears as he convulsions into the dirt. As the villagers kneel and beg for mercy, soldiers lay into them with their swords. One old woman clutches her cloven head, screaming as her brains scatter like pulp from a shattered melon. Ew! The soldiers kill, the villagers die. These roles are fixed, with no hope of reversal. This is no battle. Perhaps it is not even a hunt after all. At length, however, a handful of villagers find the strength to fight amid the despair. Knives, scythes, axes, arming themselves with whatever they can find in their attics and sheds, they hide in the shadows and wait for careless soldiers to pass, then fall upon them from the rear. An old hunter with his trusted rifle proves particularly deadly, moving skillfully from cover to cover, while sniping soldiers at every opportunity. With each soldier who goes down beneath his crosshair, the woodsman sinks deeper into a madness of ecstasy. I'll kill you all, he thinks, entrapped. I'll pay you back for what you've done. Alas, his vengeance is not to be. A terrible demon from whom the hunter is but an insect has set his sights upon him. The old sharpshooter skilled at concealment is the product of a lifetime of experience. From the ground he is all but invisible. Uh-oh! From the air, however, his position is clear. To a warrior born aloft on the wings of steel, the hunter is not a force in nature to be feared, but a mouse caught in an insecurable trap. Oh! Seeing the chaos the hunter is sowing, one dragoon dives straight for his head. Some sixth sense lifts the hunter's gaze. There, plummeting from the sky, is a giant of steel. It is the last thing he will ever see. The dragoon's draw and slash splits the man from the crowd to the man from crown. I thought it said crowd. From crown to groin, and then demolishes the shack he was using as cover. Oh! When the dust clears, only a deep crevice in the hard earth remains. Such strength is beyond any man. But these flying warriors are not merely men. The power granted to them by their armor has made them akin to gods.
Oh, the sounds, man, in my ears.
Until this moment, they've only been observing from above. Now spurred by their commander's actions, the circling dragoons descend, one after another, bringing with them such violence as to make all that has gone before them seen as a gentle spring breeze. With each roar of the dragoon's sword, brave villagers die by the dozens. Bodies fill the streets, mangled beyond any recognition.
老人、病人、役に立ちそうにない者は殺せ。
Oh, shit. If you're interested in this game is called Full Metal Daemon Muramasa. I believe that's how you say it. You cannot get this game on Steam. This game was banned off of Steam for being anime for some reason. Yet Steam allows you to have weird games where you can do things to people in hentai games or whatever. So you'll have to get this game off of GOG or Good Old Games, but I should warn you, if you do buy it off of GOG Galaxy for me isn't working, but you can download this game and play it without having to use internet connection, and that is what I'm doing.
Kill the old and the sick, those who can't be used.
労役に耐えそうな男、若い女、それと子供は捕らえて足の剣を切っておけ。いい売り物になる。
Capture the strong men, young women, and children. Hamstring them so they can't run. They'll fetch good price as slaves.
一人たりとも逃すな。こやつらに許す運命は霊族か死か。それだけだ。
Let not one villager escape. Death or servitude are the only fates that await them.
それが六原に弓引いた者の末路だ。
Such is the end of all who defy Rakahara.
I don't want to raise my voice too loud because there are other people in the house, so I'm not actually going to try to scream.
The storm has come to swallow the village, a whirlwind of fire and steel.
With the infantry at the heels of the dragoons, move from house to house, street to street,
killing or capturing whoever they please. The villagers are powerless against them.
Damn you!
One villager raises a rifle to his shoulder.
Whether he found it in some hunter's chest or on the corpse of a soldier is unclear. Either way, it is a splendid weapon. The sword that can put a bullet through a man's eye at 100 meters. The farmer is no marksman, but as luck would have it, all of his shots are on target. One of the deadly bullets for each of 4 dragoons. Each of 4 dragoons. Oh, he killed 4 of the mecha guy. Holy crap.
It's a miracle. Albeit meaningless.
The first dragoon dodges his bullet with the smallest tilt of his head. The second swats his from the air with the sword. The third catches the bullet in his metal fist. The fourth does nothing at all. With a dull thwack, the bullet bounces off his armored hide. Oh man, I thought he got 4 of them. All 4 responses are equally detached, as though the bullets were but gnats or flies. And indeed, they might as well be, for all the threat they pose. The man's will to live, perhaps, deserves praise, though his actions are hardly sane. Throwing down the useless rifle, he reaches into a sack parked nearby. The only such... Wait, he... Oh, races to a truck. I misread that. Parked nearby. The only such vehicle in the village. Leaps into the driver's seat and stomps on the accelerator, as though to drive his foot through the floor. Perhaps he believes that this truck, whose engine remains silent, will explode into motion, screeching of tires, carrying him far, far away from these devils. Perhaps even he believes that he will rescue his friends from all this massacre. Whatever the case, he is at least spared the knowledge of his failure. In a split second, a dragoon takes position overhead and strikes. The winged swordsman's weapon may be more primitive than the farmer's rifle, but it is also more effective. The blade plows through everything in its path, metal, truck, and the fleshy human alike. The villager has no time to feel pain. He must have been born under a good star indeed, for surely a quick end is better than dying, or perhaps living in agony. The halves of his face split neatly down the middle. Expression, no dissatisfaction with this end. A far cry from the wailing of his fellows being rounded up and hamstrung even now. Like I said, I'm not going to yell, so I'm going to let that one play for that one. One villager takes off running, knocking down friends and family in his escape. Desperate attempt to escape, there is no malice, only fear. Pushing through the chaos, he makes for the open road. If he keeps running, he will reach the neighboring village. He'll surely be safe there. Don't look back, he tells himself. Keep running, before you know it, and this will be all over. It only takes 30 seconds for him to realize that the safety will never be his. For those brief moments of blissful ignorance, he runs on, unable to grasp that he is not moving an inch. At last, it dawns on him. One of the armored warriors has taken him by the collar, lifted him up off the ground. His feet have been pumping all air all this time.
Get back with the others.
The dragoon throws him onto a pile of captured villagers, where a soldier seizes him and slices his ankle, just enough to keep him from running again. Ow! Can I have some Neosporin, please? Ah, that hurts. Ah!
One by one, the villagers are rounded up and reduced to worms. Now and then, a lucky one meets a human end.
Oh, one of the lucky meets a human end, if such a thing exists.
Death or capture are the only fates available to them, just as the Rokuhara commander had decreed. And even this choice is not theirs to make.
Whether they run or fight or huddle in fear, in the end, their desires are inconsequential. Only the will of the armored has any authority here.
Absolute tyranny rules the village.
Why? Wonders the girl who once held a doomed warrior's hand, now lying ankle slashed atop a pile of the damned. Until yesterday, life was quiet and routine. Her father, a lumberjack, would go out every morning and come back at sunset. With bundles of wood, she would play with her friends, or help her mother attend to their daily chores. Every day was peaceful, the same as the last, and now it is ruined, shattered to pieces without warning. Why? Why did these men destroy the village? The schoolmaster said the bad deeds are punished. If you hurt someone, then you too will suffer. Did I hurt someone? The little girl asks herself. Did her mother or her father? What about the other villagers who died? Or those lying nearby, ankle slashed like hers? Were they wrong to take that man, Kakai, to give him food, a place to sleep? But he was nice. The adults said they had never known a more honorable warrior. Was it that? Was it something else? And if the villagers are being punished for some crime, then what will happen to those who did this? Will the soldiers meet the same fate one day? They have to. Otherwise, the rules don't make sense. But who? The soldiers are so strong. They wipe the village out in the blink of an eye. Who will do the same to them? Who can punish these titans of steel? Can anyone? If not, the cycle ends here. The villagers alone will suffer, never knowing what it is they did wrong, and the demons who forced the suffering upon them will have never answered for it. It's not right. It's not right. It's not right, cries the girl who can't stand, her voice lost amid the gunfire and screams. Someone, anyone, I ask you to help. Just please, don't let it end with us. Punish them too. Make them pay for their crimes. Just let them suffer just as we have. The girl prays. She prays with the sort of sorrow of one who's lost everything and the anger of one who cannot fathom why. Please, she begs. This is wrong. Make it right.
No, this is not wrong.
It is. If you don't do something bad, you get punished. That's how the world works.
No.
Then tell me. Tell me the truth.
Throw off your grief. Throw off your anger. But I can't.
But I can't. Grief and anger are all I have.
You need no grief. You need no anger. You need no hate or malice.
I do.
You do not.
Why not? The girl hears a verse. And then she realized that she's been talking to someone all along. The other voice is laughing. Its laughter is gentle, affectionate, as it recites a lullaby. Grievance, not rage. Grievance not, rage not, hate not, it says. All are meaningless. Life has no need of such things. The girl hears a voice. Laugh, sing, clap your hands, dance and dance with joy in your hearts. Throw off the foolish trappings of humanity. Live for the sake of life itself. Do this, and all shall be revelry. Whatever that word is. Sadness will no longer have a place in your heart. You cannot. Nonsense. Anyone can. You've merely forgotten. Remember, your purpose is joy. The girl hears a voice. And then she knows that she was not mistaken all along. Yes, I see it now. The verse is a song, the song of life. I was worried about right and wrong, but that's not what life's about. It teaches her the truth. Where there is life, there is no sin to be punished. Life should just be pure and true to its desires. The girl joins her voice to the song. She sings of life and joy. Ah, if only we lived free from the beginning. If only we've known that life itself is joy. Let us live pure and true, like the beasts we are.
That's
嫌だ嫌だ知りたくない助けてくれ
いや殺す
nah. I'll kill you.
死にたくない
He said no, and then he said die. I don't want to die.
死ね
Too bad.
生きたい
I want to live.
死ね
Die.
生きるんだ
I'm gonna live.
死ぬんだよ
Nope.
'Tis the time to pose the eternal question. To be or not to be, we ask. So let begin this comedy on the stage where mad laughter does ring.
What?
なんだこの声緊張状か
What am I hearing?
A Kajojo transmission? I have no idea how to say that.
いや違うぞ何か頭をかき回されているような
No. Seems something else. It feels like it's in my head.
どこから聞こえてくるんだ
Where's it coming from?
Thunder howls as the loyal dog sinks his teeth into the thief's soft flesh. In her warm nest, the chick calls for her mother, close along to the slithering snake, or on the stop it! Stop it! Alright, don't click anything. I don't want to lose this. In her worm's nest, the chick calls for the mother, closed eyes blind to the slithering snake. On the wild savanna, the lion stalks his prey, golden mane puffed with pride. The steam bubbles softly as frolicking children crush the frog's eggs beneath their bare feet. You who preach life's sacred meeting, heed the jester's heart-filled lies. You who fear death's cold embrace, know that his mask is but a mirror, painted black. Questions life's purpose, the jester to death shall lift a spoon. Embrace a pleasure, and the jester and death shall doff their crowns. Run and dance, beasts of plain. Laugh and sing and feast and fight. For now all the chains and cages have crumbled to dust beneath your feet.
I don't know what's going on with that.
なんだこいつら様子が妙だぞ
What the hell? There's something wrong with these
恐
people.
怖のあまり気が触れたか
Have they gone mad?
いや兵どもの様子もおかしいどうしたんだ急に
Oh no. The men are acting strange too. What's happening here? Huh?
Alright, I'm gonna let this all play out. The man revered as God's messenger forsakes his faith, vomiting blood. The man hailed as the world's conqueror fails in his quest and drowns. Stiff atop his horse, the princess chooses love over country and is led to the guillotine amid the stench of what? Guillotine amid the stench of awful? The orphans seek substance in the blood of worms and rot from within until no flesh remains. Listen, all who live, and I will sing your praises. Offer forth the mouths concealed by weary smiles. Listen, all who live, and I will pray for your souls. Rest upon the joy which hatred, prejudice have birth. A life of 100 years will hear the serenade of fire and steel. A life 7 days will glimmer bright in the silence and dark. Run and dance, beasts of the plain. Laugh and sing, feast and fight. For now the chains and cage have crumbled to dust beneath your feet.
The tragedy ends, and we come to the third act. It is sort of a comedy, at the same time, pure horror.
He stubbed his big toe.
貴様誰に向かって撃ってる
What? What do you think you're shooting
反
at?
逆するつもりか
Have you fools turned traitor? Oh.
So there are regular regular soldiers with them. Oh, that's... Somebody get this dude a napkin? You know, this is not good. Give me 1 second here. I need to look on how to save. Real quick.
D.
We'll do a quick save. Oh man!
聞いているのか貴様ら
Are you even listening?
待てどう見ても錯乱状態だぞ
Wait, these men have clearly lost their minds.
一体何だってんだ
Whoa, what in the hell's going on here?
とにかく止めろが
Stop this! Stop it! Ah!
こいつらもか
The villagers too?
酒沼殿
Sir,
これは
what is this?
とにかく我々に抵抗する者を殺せ
Damn it. Kill anyone who resists.
状況の解明は後でいい
We can sort this out afterwards.
は
Yes, yes, sir!
了解何をとち狂ったのか知らんが関係ね
Alright, you crazy bastards. I don't know what's gotten into you. I don't care.
えどの道俺たちが負けるわけ
You don't stand it.
Well, that dude just got yeeted.
何
What?
誰がやった
Who shot him down?
どこから
Where'd it come from?
こいつらか
Was it them?
そんなバカなどうやって
Don't be stupid. These nutjobs couldn't.
金色
Silver.
巣だ金だ今の金色の
Silver, I saw a flash of... Oh! Well, there goes his buddy. after this intro part, I'm actually going to stop the stream. Just because I don't want to get too much into this. Like I said, this is just a test play. And I do want to come back with a bigger... more people. I want to show off some of my friend's voice acting skills. Because he's quite amazing. The silver... however you say that word. Suraguri. Gensego. The Gensego. Questions life's purpose, and the jester and death shall lift the spoon. Embrace life's pleasures, and the jester and death shall doff their crowns. Run and dance, beasts of the plain. Laugh and sing, feast and fight. For now all the chains and cages have crumbled to dust beneath your feet. The angel of slaughter, the destroyer of worlds, the reign of death, the silver star. It is time to scorn the eternal question, to be or not to be, we laugh. So let begin this comedy divine, on stage where lamentations do ring. It's hovering? You idiot, it can't be! It's not an airship, everybody knows the you can't. Captain, what do we do? Attack! Ah! Yes, sir! What? It disappeared! Where'd it go? A buggy, you idiot! It's too fast! Rifles! Use your rifles! Keep it pinned! Shit! Nowhere to go! Sake! Whatever. Whatever. What's her Sakaki? I'm just gonna let them say the names. What's her status? I'm alive, but my arm's busted. It's got my wings. I can't fly. Get out of there, run! Uh-oh. Well, I think they ripped him out of his cockpit. Hey, get it together! It's coming straight for... What? Where? Captain, sir, help! Damn you! Nothing works. My techniques are useless. How? What are you?
You drive my men mad with your cursed song and scatter dragoons like helpless children.
貴様は一体何なのだ
What the?
金の魔王
Okay, I'll let him do that. Ew, that dude threw up. Listen, all who live, and I will sing your praise. Offer forth the malice concealed by weary smiles. Listen, all who live, and I will pray for your souls. Rest upon the joy which hatred and prejudice have birth. A life of 100 years will the heart serenade fire and steel. A life of 7 days will glimmer bright in the silence and dark. Run and dance, beasts of plain. Laugh and sing, feast and fight, for now all the chains and cages have crumbled to dust beneath your feet. Dust beneath your feet. Whoa! Whoa. Uh-oh. The two stars spiral into the heavens, meeting and parting, meeting again. The crimson star is a savaged wolf, ravenous and frenzied. The silver star is a mountain doe, graceful and sincere. His terrible roars shake the firmament, while her laugh rings out like the music of the spheres. Each time the crimson warrior strikes, sword howling into sadness and pain, the silver warrior brushes it aside with soft touch of a mother cradling her babe. Rage, grief, guilt, and sorrow met with joy, compassion, acceptance, and ecstasy. The fourth act in this another duel to close the night as it began. No, this is no duel. It is a mating ritual, a courtship dance. The elegant princess deflecting advances of her boorish suitor. Well, that's one messed up mating ritual. Like, we're gonna fight to the death? The silver flits among the clouds, climbing higher into the night, and the crimson races after. The moon shines before them, growing larger with each passing moment. But only one is worthy of entrance in the cloudy, gathering halls of heaven. The others turned away harshly at the door, his brutish ways disdained by the moon and its servants. And so the silver fairy soars even higher, while the crimson ogre falls away, called back, perhaps, to the hellfire that spawned him. At the summit of heaven, the silver star blazes with the moon, a shining throne at her back. She gazes down at the Avenger, still struggling to reach her. She smiles softly beneath her mask, then speaks a single verse.
Falling down, Ladybug.
Ow! I've fallen and can't get up. I got a boo-boo.
Minodachi, what are you doing? Biggs?
やめろ。またそれをばらまくつもりか。
No, you mean to spread more of those false seeds?
寄生体を生み出すのか。
How many more will you infect with your madness?
待て
Wait!
待て
Stop this!
光る
Hikaru! Ooh, full metal demon.
There you have it. There was the intro.
He never wished for destruction. He is not so childish as that. It was simply the only option he had left to him. What he truly desired was eternity. Alas, eternity was never out of reach. If all that he loves is doomed to ruin, then let it at least be by his own hand. That is his only wish now. Perhaps he is a child after all.
I'm actually going to save it here. So I'm at... So that was the first act. Alright. I need to... Here we go. Where is this? Okay. Yes, we're going to quit the game. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry about that. My name is Dreadbread. Thank you again so much, Mystic RPG, for the follow. It really does mean a lot. I'm sorry that I did not see... well, I mean, I heard you follow, but I did not see your name, so I couldn't thank you at that time. I really do apologize. My ADD is really bad, and sometimes I get sucked into the game, and that is something I have been much trying to work on. So again, I apologize about that, but thank you all so very much. Again, this was just a test play for this game, just to see if it would work. GOG Galaxy was not being very cooperative, and every time that I tried to get GOG to launch this game, the game would crash. So I had to be a little bit creative to get it to work. And anyway, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dreadbread. I'm about to pop out all of my my plugs, my links where you can find me. For those of you who don't know, yesterday, or the first, I should actually say not yesterday. Yesterday was the second. Today is today is now the third. But on March 1st, I had a bunch of people false flag my channel, my YouTube channel, for deceptive content, which it is not. YouTube, I don't know why yet. Just people being poopy, I guess, and not liking what I have to do. I guess, am I lagging? Shit, I am lagging. So let's do this again. I don't know how badly I lagged, but like I was saying, I'm about to pop in my plugs before I pop off. But March 1st, sometime around 7:07, I received an email saying that for deceptive and misleading content, I ended up getting my channel back. A bunch of people basically decided they didn't like the content that I was doing. Too bad, I'm staying. So here are all my plugs on where you can find me. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me, well, you're obviously here on Twitch, and I did make a Rumble channel as a emergency backup channel. There's nothing there yet, but here are all the links on where you can find me, and thank you everybody who joined in. This was just a test play, and I will be coming back with my friend who is a very good voice actor, who wants to be a voice actor and should be a voice actor, and his fiance. And then I'm going to try to get at least 2 other people, because as you can see, there's a lot of voices in this game. My voice is now, as you can tell, hoarse, because I'm not used to doing all that, doing the voice acting and all that talking, and trying to get a deeper, kind of grittier voice. I know with voice acting and stuff like that, you're actually supposed to drink room temperature water. It's kind of gross. You're not supposed to drink caffeine or anything like that, because it can tense up your voice, which I think what was happening to me, because I did have some caffeine earlier. And if water's too cold, that can actually hurt your throat. It can make your throat tense up, and I think that's what happened too. But ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dreadbread. This has been an awesome stream. Thank you again so much, Mystic RPG, for, is it Mystic? Yeah, Mystic JRPG, for the follow. And let us see if there's someone I can raid. Let's see here. Give me one momento, please. I'm gonna have to mute this because, of course, it's gonna play. Let's see here.
When I was his age?
Shush. Be quiet. Stupid ad. No one is streaming that I can raid, unfortunately. That is a bummer, but ladies and gentlemen,